I'm with PackTV, and we're here for Game 2 with NC State and UNCW at Carmichael Gym today. So this is NC State's second game. At the serving line, we've got Michael Hall, who you should be familiar with by now. He's the setter for NC State, and a first jump serve. A little joust at the net, goes over, taken by Ryan Dunstan, back to NC State, and the kill for NC State's number 7, Dane Henrichso, off to a very exciting start for the match, taken quickly, going quickly. NC State is playing no games. UNCW trying to keep pace. That was off of number 24 for UNCW's Ryan Swayze. Jump serve by number 6, Michael Hall. Taken quickly. Very, very high-speed match so far. Again, another jump serve. Lands out according to the refs. Definitely a salvation for UNCW. Weren't quite prepared for the serves that they were getting, but we have at the serving line James Olsen. Ace for UNCW's number 8, James Olsen, just dribbles out of number 13, Kai Dunstan's hands. Definitely going to shake him up for the match. Hopefully he gets his footing again. We're back. Hard serve. James Olsen, hard serve from a standing up position. Not something you see typically, but he's definitely making it work. Sorry, that one came off of number 7, Dane Henrichso. Taken by the libero, number 6. Put down on the off-speed shot by number 16, Jason Zaleski. Don't think he really had a choice with that one. Just kind of had to put it down. That's what option that he was given with. Jumped a little bit early, but got it on the way coming down. That's number 7, Dane Henrichso at the back line, taken by Jack White for UNCW. Joust at the net, taken by the libero. Quick set and the off-speed shot by UNCW comes right back down, taken by number 12, Brian Vucic, puts down on the UNCW side of the court. It's back to the NC State serving line, Dane Henrichso. That was a little bit of a shakeup for both teams, just trying to get it over, but definitely playing competitively in that regard. The save. Saved by NC State, goes over on a double by Kai Dunstan. A double is when you touch it with 2 different body parts or at 2 different times by the same player. It can only happen on the 2nd and 3rd touches of the play. Great set and a great shot. Combination by number 6, Michael Hall, and number 16, Jalen Zaleski for NC State. But they were in the net, that's why it didn't work, and goes back to UNCW. That one, however, does get put down by number 13, Kai Dunstan. Clearly that earlier play didn't shake him at all. Back to NC State with the libero at the serving line. This is Tom Probsbiero. Serve from Tom Probsbiero. And the overpass by number 8, James Olsen, on the UNCW roster, and like candy for a baby, that just gets taken down by NC State's middle hitter, number 16, Jason Zaleski. Off-speed shot, a little bit of mistiming. A high roll shot by NC State. Gets nudged over, and a little bit of miscommunication on NC State's side as why UNCW gets that point. That was a little nudge by number 2 for UNCW. That's Aaron Frunt. First pass. Gets stuffed down by number 24, Jack White for UNCW. That first pass was taken by number 1, Cameron Brents. It's been pretty quiet in the past couple of games, but definitely making his mark now. Served by NC State. That was a save by number 12's UNCW's number 12, Pete Camazin. That one goes to NC State, 4 touches on UNCW side. There's a maximum of 3 touches allotted for each side, but if you touch it off the block and come down and pass it, that is allotted because that doesn't count as a touch. Blocks do not count as one of your 3 touches. Off-speed pass by number 24, Jack White gets landed in the court, also took that hit. Saved. NC State saved again, same player, number 12, Pete Camazin. Unfortunately, that one goes down for UNCW. That's NC State's point. But 2 great saves by number 12, Pete Camazin. There seems to be a little bit of hecticness on the court here. Thought a touch came from NC State before it went down. Ref denies that claim, and it's back to NC State serve, Jason Zaleski. Pass by Jack White. Into the block. And into the block and out. Taken by Taylor Doering, and that's UNCW's point. Jack White at the serving line for UNCW. Taken first by number 1, Cameron, and tried to take quickly by number 13, Kai Dunstan. Into the block, but out off of UNCW. That's NC State's ball. Kai Dunstan at the serving line for NC State. And with that hard jump serve, if you were watching the last game, you know just how crazy passing that one can be. That goes down, even for the libero. Number 12, Pete Camazin, just could not pass that one. And another ace for Kai Dunstan, this time off of number 24, Jack White. Passers for UNCW seem to be having a little bit of trouble adjusting to this one. It's a drop serve. Oh, this time Jack White gets it up and put down by UNCW. That was a combination of Jack White passing. Pete Camazin heavily involved with that last play, gets stuffed down. Libero serve for UNCW, number 42. Put down in the court by number 7, Dane Henriksco on NC State. It is NC State's ball again. Serving is number 10, Jack Schultz. Jump float seemed to shake UNCW a little bit. Jack White having a little bit of trouble passing that, but a great save by number 13, Kai Dunstan. Definitely having a good day. UNCW has done a really good job getting NC State out of rotation on these last couple of plays, but can't seem to put it down. Back set from NC State goes to number 12, Brian Vucic, who puts it down off of number 12 on the other side for UNCW. Pete Camazin tries to pass it, but goes just out, and that was a serve by number 10, Jack Schultz from NC State that goes into the net. NC State has been having a little bit of trouble getting their serves over, have been really competitive, but haven't really thought about getting those over in that sense. And another missed serve from number 5, Taylor Doering on UNCW side. Goes quite out. Was trying to attempt a jump float. Didn't work out the way he planned. We're back to NC State. Number 6, Michael Hall at the back line serving. That one lands out as well from number 6 on NC State, Michael Hall. He's been having a little bit of trouble getting those ones in. Is going for really competitive, and it just ends up going wide in the end. Also, the server having to run from all the way in the back court, diagonally across the court to get those serves, and a miscommunication from UNCW lands in their side. That was a miscommunication between the setter and number 24, Jack White. It's back to NC State, number 7, Dane Henriksco serving. Great pass by the libero for UNCW, number 42. Number 42, Johnny Walton, unfortunately could not be executed by the rest of the team, couldn't get taken over. But great pass nonetheless. It's back to NC State serving. Another great pass, that's why he's the libero. Unfortunately, that one goes out off of the front row, but a libero is the special defensive team member for each side. Each side gets one. They're often seen wearing a different colored jersey. Number 30, Tom Crobiciero, is the libero for NC State, and number 42, Johnny Walton, is the libero for UNCW. That one, though, gets stuffed down by UNCW's number 22, Ryan Swayze. Served by UNCW, goes over, taken by Tom Crobiciero, and gets put down off of the block by number 13, Kai Dunson. He is definitely an all-around court kind of man. He can serve, he can pass, and he can hit. Exactly the kind of person NC State needs to capitalize on this game. Back at the serving line, number 30, Tom Crobiciero, with a jump float, lands in the court right on the corner. That's a tough spot to look at. You never know if it's going in, especially with the float. Those tend to change directions right before they hit the ground. That's why they're so important to a team, almost as important as a hard-hitting set, hard-hitting serve. Set it out. And a save from number 30, Tom Crobiciero, on the second touch of that play. Couldn't get put over, though. UNCW takes that one. Back at the serving line for UNCW, we have number 12, Pete Kamazin. Goes into the net. And back to NC State server, 16, Jason Zaleski, is taking this one for NC State. And a missed touch by number 14, Johnny Walton, is how we finish up this set. Again, these sets they're only playing to 2 sets. So no matter who wins the first set or the second set, only 2. It's not best out of 3. This set, we've seen a lot of UNCW trying to adjust to NC State's hard servers and definitely hard hitters, trying to get them out of rotation, what they've been doing a really good job at. Unfortunately, they need to clean up a lot of errors on their side, and that's how they're going to capitalize on the game, making sure they communicate, getting those second and third touches, making sure that they're getting them straight and getting them over is how they're going to beat NC State. NC State so far has been playing a really good game. Of course, those missed serves are hurting them just a little bit, but they've been putting it in the court, getting some hard swings on them, varying their shots a little bit, not going to the same person. UNCW has been doing a great job at picking those up. Unfortunately, they need to finish, and that's what's been plaguing them so far this match. Start of the second set. It is high points ball first. Number 5, Taylor Doring, at the back line serving. Set proceeds with smart idea from Taylor Doring. Doesn't get executed too well. He was hoping to go for a short serve right in front of the 10-foot line to shake things up in the first play of the match. Unfortunately, does not get put down, and it's back to NC State's number 6, Michael Hall, who has been having a little bit of trouble getting his serves over. Doesn't have trouble this time. But a great save from UNCW, adjusting to a little bit of a hard serve. Gets put down, though. Big middle hits like that really shake things up. That was number 12, Bryant Buchik. Great adjust for UNCW on that first play. Unfortunately, doesn't go the way they wanted it to. NC State's Michael Hall gets that one in right before the back line. Really hard play to watch because floats like that, not floats, but definitely had a little bit of spin on it, drops right before the line, you can't even tell. But that one given to UNCW. That did go out, according to the ref, did go just out. Taken by James Olson. And we have a ball on the court interrupting play a little bit, so that's going to be retaken by UNCW's James Olson. James Olson did kind of get them out of rotation in the first set, so Let's see how NC State has adjusted to this server now. Taken by the libero and put down. Quick combination taken by libero number 30, Tom Cobiciero, with the assist from number 6, Michael Hall, and put down by number 7, Dane Henrichso, and it's back to NC State. The jump serve goes over. That hit by Kai Dunstan goes over. One-handed touch by number 8, James Olsen, on UNCW's roster. Unfortunately goes out for them. Back to NC State serving. Taken by number 42, libero, Johnny Walton. Goes out with the off-speed shot coming from the front row. NC State just couldn't keep that one up and put it over. Serve UNCW goes into the net. Number 22, Ryan Swayze, didn't seem quite prepared for that serve. That just goes straight into the net. And we're back to NC State serving, number 30, Tom Cobiciero. And that point eventually goes down to UNCW being in the net. That goes to NC State. That is a violation on the court if you are in the net. 30, Tom Cobiciero for NC State serving. Missed first touch, gets taken over by number 24, Jack White. Miscommunication on UNCW's side leads to a couple of errors. NC State capitalized on that. They only had a single block on him. Usually you would put a double block, except in the middle. That can vary, but that single block gets put right back down for NC State's point. And a hard serve from NC State goes off of number 8, James Olsen for UNCW, goes right into the rafters. Couldn't seem to get that one back over. That's NC State's point. That one didn't seem to land down. UNCW a little bit shaken by that, but they give it right back to the middle hitter, number 2, Aaron Frohn. That finally gets put down in UNCW's favor, and we're back to the UNCW serving line with Pete Camazin in the back. Taken by libero number 42, and a joust at the net. Doesn't seem to get put down though. Taken over by number 1, Cameron Brents. Another joust at the net. This time put down by number 24, Jack White for UNCW. UNCW seems to be getting their footing a little bit here, struggling a little bit with miscommunication, and a little bit more with trying to figure out what they're going to do to put it down, but they seem to be meshing and gelling a lot more. NC State's team has been definitely capitalizing on serving teams out of rotation, but seem to be struggling a little bit with finishing as well. Tip from number 13, Kai Dunstan for NC State. That point goes from the combination between number 6 and number 16. Number 6, Michael Hall, the setter. Number 16, Jalen Zaleski for NC State. They've been on a roll together, have been making a lot of points, each giving each other a lot of stats to build. Number 16, Jason Zaleski at the back line serving for NC State. Goes out. Number 2 for UNCW, Aaron Front, takes that one out. Middle hitters are really the hardest position to play on the court. Seem to not get involved with play, and that one goes wide. Really wide. Number 16, Jason Zaleski for State. As I was saying, middle hitter is a hard position to play on the court because you don't seem to get involved with a little bit of play. Number 2 for UNCW is clearly trying to get involved as much as possible. That goes to NC State with a touch off the block. Trying to get involved as much as possible. Took a point, took a ball that maybe he shouldn't have just for his position. But like I said, every player is involved in the court. Middle hitters are just an atypical position in that sense. A little confusion on the court, figuring out who is serving on the rotational, but back to Jack White serving for UNCW. Taken by number 1 Cameron Brents. A little miscommunication results in a point. That combination, number 6 and number 16, even from the back row, Jason Zaleski seems to be making plays. It's back to NC State. Kai Dunstan with the jump serve. Comes down hard, taken by UNCW. And a little mishit from number 2, Aaron Front. Seems to be trying to get his footing this match as well. That one was a tough one to hit because it came from the back row. And he's hitting from front row. That one goes wide out by Kai Dunstan. First missed serve of the match. But yeah, that miscommunication for UNCW came because of a back row set to the front row. Those are a little bit hard to watch. You can't see your setter, can't see them making the approach, and that's why that happened. Number 42, libero, Johnny Walton. Libero, number 2, Johnny Walton taking that one, and a little miscommunication from UNCW. That error leads to the point for NC State. Thought it was out, didn't read the court as well as they thought it would, landed right in. Number 10, Jack Schultz serving. And that was an attempted foot pass. Those are legal, by the way. That's why you saw him make that one. Unfortunately, it didn't go in the direction he wanted it to, and that's an NC State point. Again, Jack Schultz still at the serving line for NC State. Taken over on the jump float and stuffed right back down by number 7, Dane Henriksco. Goes back to NC State. You've got to watch those overpasses because those are the ones that really hurt you in the end. Jack Schultz still serving. Overpass again. UNCW into the net results in an NC State point. They've really got to watch those nets. Net violations are probably some of the toughest ones, especially on a good play. You need to make sure to stay out of that net. And that's an ace from number 10, Jack Schultz for NC State. Served by Jack Schultz. That was a set from number 42, Johnny Walton. Out of rotation, had to take that one over. Great save by number 12, Pete Comazin for UNCW. And taken over. And stuffed down on the block from number 8, James Olson. UNCW has definitely been a scrappy team, going for every ball before it hits the ground. That one just goes over on the tip by number 6, Michael Hall. Setter attack. Usually we don't see that a lot. Because Michael Hall has definitely played more than just his given position. He's at the serving line for NC State. And another missed serve by Michael Hall. That one just had a lot of power, but didn't unfortunately have a height. Goes into one of his team members. You know, usually you don't see a lot of contact in volleyball, but there's definitely some friendly fire that can happen in the sport. The combination of Jason Zaleski, number 16, and number 6, Michael Hall, is nearly unstoppable. They've capitalized on a lot of points and a lot of opportunities together. They read each other very well, and that's why that one got stuffed, and it's the NC State point. Number 7, Dane Henriksco at the serving line. Lands out. UNCW's point. That one is served by number 22, Ryan Swayze. Gets put down by NC State, the big middle, number 12. Bryant Vucic. Haven't gotten a lot of middles involved in their play, NC State, but seem to be getting them as involved whenever they have the opportunity. Number 30, Tom Corbiciero at the serving line for NC State. And a lift by UNCW is the reason why that ends. I'm Lulu Bata, here with PackTV, bringing you into the pack here at Carmichael Gym. So NC State took this match by capitalizing a lot on UNCW's missed opportunities, getting them out of rotation, and really just kind of messing up their plan, and that's why NC State took this one. They had a lot of serves in, a lot of great plays, but UNCW was definitely a scrappy team, didn't let anything fall without a man behind it, and that's why they didn't lose as badly as they did. UNCW did have a lot of great plays, a lot of great passes, but unfortunately some miscommunications at the net itself is the reason why, and a couple of missed errors from net calls, net violations, or just balls served a little bit out, hit a little bit out is why UNCW fell this match. But NC State has been doing really well. A lot of capitalizations from number 13, Kai Dunstan, and the combination of number 6, Michael Hall, and number 16, Jalen Selesky. They were the powerhouses of this match, and that's why NC State took this.